I'm Stuart Robertson, CEO of ShareBuilder 401k, and we're leading Americans back to saving. Hey, if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about how do I get a 401k started for me and my employees? First thing you may want to know out of the gate is what is a 401k plan going to cost me? There's really three key components, but let's start with the two easy ones first. And that's really a one-time setup charge. There's a cost usually to set up your plan. If you're switching providers, there's maybe a conversion cost, pretty much the same thing. One time, it's over. And the other big charge that the employer is likely going to pay at least some of is the monthly or quarterly record keeping or administration charge. It's flat and it may be split between you and your participants. If the employer is paying most of those costs, which usually isn't too much, it's actually tax deductible for the firm. If you're a small business owner, it gets better because you also qualify for tax credits for the first 3 years, which are even better to offset those costs. And now for the big one, the one that's the most ignored, investment expenses. It's the fund expense ratios and the investment lineup you're going to have. Is there an investment management charge in there? These things are very common. The big thing is you got to keep it under 1%. The lower the better. Every dollar you're paying in investment expenses is one less dollar that you're investing in the market to build for tomorrow. Higher cost does not mean better returns. It's actually the opposite. So stay focused on that. Make sure your providers are letting you know what is going to be in that plan and go for the lower cost solution. And here's the big thing too. What I call the bonus. Does your provider offer discounts as you grow? So do you have to always go back and negotiate when you grow, or are they going to lower the prices for you? Now, when you start as a small business, you have no assets and it's, it might be hard for that provider to make money. But as you grow, you're valuable to them and hopefully they're automatically lowering your pricing so you don't have to negotiate every few years. But if they're not, something to think about. So the next thing you really want to think about is how easy is this 401k plan going to be to manage? And it's going to vary by provider. Being able to set up and install your plan over lunch is actually a big signal about how easy that company may be to work with. What sort of things do they do around the year-end process, which can be time consuming unless it's digital. You're going to make sure they have a team that will pick up your calls during business hours so you can get your answers when you need them. A good employee education meeting every so often and when they're kicking off the whole plan is really important. Those are some things you're going to need to know so it's easy to run and you're spending time on your business and not spending all your energy figuring out some difficult 401k plan. The next thing I want to jump into is investment oversight. This is what are the investments going to be in your 401k plan? If your 401k provider has it, you're going to want it because it actually protects you from any sort of lawsuit while knowing that your plan is well managed. You as the employer are the fiduciary of the plan and it needs to be run in the best interest of the plan, which includes what are the investments you and your employees are choosing from. If you're a Fortune 1000 firm, you might have expertise in-house, but a lot of small and mid-sized business don't. Oh, by the way, some of those Fortune 1000 firms have lost major lawsuits for not doing their job. By you signing off on a 338 investment advisor, they take on that fiduciary duty and that liability, which really protects you as a business owner. So to wrap that all up, you want to know what the cost is. It should be transparent. Providers should be able to give it quickly. It should be easy to manage, right? You want to take that pressure off yourself. You want some investment oversight more than likely, and you want good service. If you're looking for more details, this is pretty fast. We have plenty on our site or in our description down below of how to get more information on how to run a great plan. Don't forget to subscribe. We got a lot of great content out there. A lot of people are looking at the one around the 401k balances by age. How much should you have saved by 30, 40, 50 years old to be on track for how much you want to save? So that's a good one out there. But please follow us and here's to a happy retirement.